The Good Dinosaur Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Begin by painting all your nails a dark, shimmery teal. Or blue. Teal or blue, you know, one of those colors. So then, on your pointer nail, I'm going to begin by painting the G in the top half of my nail. So I'm going to start with the E, and then paint an H before it, and then a T off to the other side. And then in front of the E, I'm going to be painting a G, but first outline the word the. You know, I skipped that part in my thought processes there. So then, now paint the letter G. And below that, we're going to write Dino, D-I-N-O. So I'm going to start with the line for the I, and then paint the D before it, and then add N-O. On your middle nail with white, we're going to write O-O-D for the rest of good in the top half of our nail. Since our G was on the other hand, then we have the rest of good on this hand. And then the D. And since it's 3 letters, there's going to be an O in the middle, and then an O on one side and a D on the other. And then we have to write SAUR, S-A-U-R. So we're going to start with the A, and then paint the U and the R after it, and the S before it. On our ring nail with bright green paint, we're going to and we're going to paint the shape of Arlo's head and neck. So now I'm going to be highlighting with white paint and low lighting with black. So I'm going to start with just adding a thin layer of more of that bright green paint. So it'll be wet and we can blend these colors in. And then I'm going to be highlighting on his forehead and on his nose, and also a little bit on his neck. And then I'll be low lighting on the back of his neck and then along his jaw. And a little bit of black goes a long way, so don't use too much right off the bat, just add a little bit and then blend it out. And also add 2 little dots of the darker color for his nostrils. And then paint 2 white eyes. Add a brown circle or oval, I guess, in each eye. And then add some details with black. So I'm going to start by outlining his smile. Adding a half circle around each nostril. Giving him pupils and doing a little bit of outlining. And then on our thumbnail, we're going to be painting the Good Dinosaur logo. So I'm going to start with bright green paint, and we're going to be painting basically the neck and then the front leg of Arlo. So it's just a fairly straight line, but it goes out at the end for his leg, and then a second leg, and then work on his back that then goes into his tail and his back 2 legs. So now I'm going to add triangles that are separating the hand, because there's a hand in the center of his stomach. So the wrist goes between the sets of legs, and then the fingers are up across his side, I guess. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. I'm going to touch up my fingers with some black paint, so if yours aren't perfect either, you can go ahead and do that. But before we get to that point, we're going to add his head and touch up his neck a little bit. So then, as I said, I'm going to be touching up his hand with some black paint. And then on our pinky nail, I'm going to be recreating that hand design. So I'm going to start by outlining my nail, and then creating the triangles that separate the fingers. On this nail, I was fairly happy with how the fingers turned out, so I decided that I wasn't going to touch them up with black, but if you'd like to do so on your nails, don't worry about it. You can certainly touch them up with black. The background color is so dark you can't really see it anyways, so you can go ahead and do that after your green paint has dried. And of course, add a layer of top coat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would really love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!